In my years, I've worked several different jobs. One of those jobs was being an usher at a movie theater. During my time working there, I observed different behaviors from the theater going crowd. Not everyone who went there had all the same behaviors, but certainly enough of them did to get me to notice these kind of behaviors from people. So, based off of these observations, I just have one question for all of you.
What is wrong with you?
In all my years, in all the jobs I have ever worked, I can 100% without a doubt say that the theater going guests are some of the most disrespectful, degenerative customers I have ever seen. Sure, when you go to a movie theater, you want to just sit back, you want to relax, but it seems that when people go to the movie theater, they revert back to a primal state of some sort. They lose even the most basic ideas of human decency. Maybe it's because the movies that they're watching are so bad that by the time they're done, they have only one single brain cell left that is only capable of carrying out the most basic human functions, such as use the bathroom, even though they can't find it themselves. But it's not just after the movie is done that the problems start. No, the problems start as soon as they enter the building. First of all, when you're buying a ticket for your movie that you want to see, please be more specific. You can't just say the name of the movie and expect the cashier to know the exact time you want to see the movie. People buy tickets in advance all day long. How am I supposed to know if you want to buy tickets for this exact second or if you want to buy them later for this evening with your family? You've been thinking about it all day long, so it is fresh on your mind. Me? I have the whole day and every single showtime to worry about. I don't have the luxury of just knowing what it is you want by just reading your mind. But this is under the assumption that you even know the time of the movie it is that you want to see, let alone the name of it. If you come up to me and say, "Hey, I want to see the Marvel movie," I should be like, "Buddy, it is blockbuster season. We got nothing but Marvel." With the amount of advertising these studios do, you could at least have the decency to remember the name of the movie you're paying $40 to see. But the tickets aren't the star of the show. No. You're all there for the concessions. And people, when it comes to concessions, you all need to learn some restraint. Can someone please tell me why it is necessary to buy enough food to last you the whole day when you're only going to see a 2-hour-long film? I mean, do you people even realize how much popcorn you get in that tub of popcorn? It's a lot! And you all snub your noses at the smaller sizes like, oh, that won't possibly be enough. Well, if you all stop digging your hands down into the tub and pulling out a fistful of popcorn and eating it in the lobby before the movie has even started, then maybe you would have enough. That is, assuming people even use their hands. Most people have their hands full of soda, nachos, candy, all kinds of stuff, so if they want some popcorn while their hands are full, they gotta scoop their disgusting tongue down into it and scoop it up like a giraffe. And yes, some people come in big groups and they all want to share the popcorn. So yeah, sure, get the tub so you can refill it after you've all had some. Get it for those occasions. But when it's only 2 of you and you're seeing an hour-and-a-half long movie, you don't need that. Maybe it doesn't feel like it's as much because of the mounds and mounds of butter that you all put on there, making it all stick together so you can't pull out any without pulling out half the tub of popcorn. So now you've got your $40 tickets, you got your $50 concessions, and now you're finally in the theater and you're out of my hair for the next 2 hours. That is assuming you can figure out how to work your seat. I mean, people, there are 4 buttons on the seat. 4! And they have arrows on them. If you can't figure out how to work that, how did you even get to the theater? Cars are way more complicated to work than a recliner. And how is it so hard to find your seat when they're all numbered and organized? I should explain, I worked in a movie theater where all the seats were assigned and they also all reclined. So once you bought your ticket, it wasn't just a free-for-all and you could sit wherever you want. You had to sit in your specific seat that you bought the ticket for. But guys, come on, did you think we wouldn't have markings on the seat to show you where to sit? Did you think you would just have to guess? Just use your your brain for a moment before you watch that mind-numbing film. Just look at the numbers on the sides of the seat. And if you push the button for the recliner and it doesn't work, maybe try another button. I know it's hard to believe that you were possibly pushing the wrong button when you thought you were pushing the right button. I know that's just impossible to believe. If you try one thing and it does not work, you have not exhausted your options. Just keep trying other buttons. You gotta do a little work every now and then. I cannot baby-proof your life. So finally the movie starts and you sheep are being entertained for a little while so I can have some relief. Because the worst part is coming. The worst part of this whole ordeal, from start to finish, hasn't even happened yet. Not until after the movie. I gotta clean up the awful mess that you all made. I mean, is it so hard to lift the popcorn or the nachos or the candy or whatever it is you bought and stick it into your mouth? Obviously not the way some of y'all look, but the amount that ends up on the floor would make you think otherwise. I mean, you all just spent $50 on this food. Do you even care how much of it you're spilling on the ground? Because we don't replace. You bought it, you drop it, that's it. Take some responsibility. Or just be a bit more careful. Those chairs are big. They got armrests. There's plenty of space to set your things down during the movie. And if you don't have enough room in those seats, I'm sorry to say that's a problem on your end, not ours. We can only make the chairs so big. Oh, and for all the problems you guys have with making those chairs actually recline for you, you certainly have no problem with leaving them reclined. It is so much easier to get out of the chair when it is returned to its start position. When you try and get out of it when you've left it reclined, you're just making it harder on you. And not only that, you're gonna break the chair. Just fix it before you crawl out. And guys, the worst offense in all of this is when people don't throw away their trash after they're done. People leave everything they bought just sitting in the seats. Popcorn tubs, drinks, nacho trays, candy wrappers, everything they bought is just sitting there. Sure, the ushers come through afterwards to clean up the trash, but we are there to take care of spills, not take responsibility for the things you bought. You paid for it, you should take care of it. And you pass by 50 trash cans on the way out the door. It is so convenient to just have a place to drop it off in the trash as you're leaving. And don't try and tell me how hard it is to carry all that stuff out of the theater. You certainly had zero problem carrying all $50 worth of that popcorn, candy, and nachos into the theater. The least you could do is just drop some of it, if not all of it, off into a trash can that is conveniently sitting right outside the theater. Oh, but don't worry. If that's too inconvenient for you, then don't worry at all. You can just place them in the conveniently built-in trash can that is built directly into the seat. Way easier than getting up and walking to one. Oh, wait, there's no trash can built into the seat? Really? Oh, well, I just assume so because that's where everyone chooses to shove all their used napkins and wrappers into after the movie. I mean, people, what do you think happens when it gets shoved down into those cushions? It just disintegrates? Magic theater fairies come and use it to build their house? No, someone's got to pull it out and throw it away. And I mean, it's bad enough if there's anything shoved in there and all, but it is worse when what you shove down in there is used napkins you use to just wipe off your butter-infested face. It's rich-worthy. I long for the days where people had enough respect to treat like going out in public was an event where they had to be on their utmost behavior. Not like they're going down to the fish fry with Jim Bob and Hoochie Hannah to make fun of the disabled while they spit chewing tobacco on the pond ducks. But if working at a movie theater has taught me anything, I can say it's this. When the aliens come, if the first place they go to determine our worth as a species is the local Cineplex, then get the bomb shelters ready because it's going to be War of the Worlds and not the Tom Cruise kind. Because if it were, people would just be paying more money for their concessions to watch the festivities while shoving used napkins down into their seats. Rant over!